Draft.
Jeez, yeah.
Oh, look at that. I love that.
Well, welcome back to the show where we talk about the FPL draft format.
You.
We're back, boys.
Draft boys
Draft
in the
boys,
room.
the good format.
We're off. The season started, boys.
know,
Love
excited.
it.
Game week 1, huge.
Love
Yeah.
it.
So here we are. We love to talk about a bit of draft. We've got Hito, Myles, Whitey on the mics.
You.
How are you
If you
guys?
haven't listened in before,
How you doing, boys?
Here we are. Has everyone had a good weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually had a
really
crazy
good.
Sunday together, actually.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
beautiful.
You guys?
yeah,
Yeah.
Without me.
we did, sorry.
Let's see.
We
I'm
played
just going to
golf.
mute both of you now.
We got some skin on skin contact, didn't we?
It was pretty intense. I'll just
Wow.
have to tell you about the end of the game.
To be honest, now, like, I've been talking to you for like the last 5 minutes and everything I've seen since, like, now hearing that, I look back and I'm like, oh, they were doing footsies on the
Something's
table.
changed.
That wasn't accidental.
Something's changed.
But I'll just tell you, we're on 18 and we're losing.
Golf. Did we say we're playing golf? I
We
don't
played
know.
golf.
Yeah, we're playing golf.
Yeah, we played golf.
All good.
We're on the 18th hole. Hito and I were a team. We're losing. I was 60 meters away from the hole. I chip it in for birdie. I turn around, throw my club on the ground. I turn back around to Hito and he's galloping towards me.
Oh my God.
And I'm thinking,
Got
oh,
one stallion.
is he going in for the chest bump or is he going in for a hug?
He loves
And
the
then
chest bump.
He was midair and I was like, okay, chest bump. And then he put his arms out. We collided midair, hugging. Our knees hit each other and we fell to the ground laughing. It was the most awkward celebration.
Wow.
But it was highlight reel.
I think it was cinematic.
To be honest,
but,
I
you
wish
know,
I could have been there to
it's
see
beautiful.
it.
I honestly, I have a small graze on my knee where we collided.
I thought you were
Not
going
like,
to say
you
dick.
know.
I thought you were going to say small graze on my dick when we collided. 'cause
Well, I was
does
pretty
seem like-
excited when it
does seem
happened.
like there was
So,
some close contact.
but also I was killing it on that hole too. So
You
like
were.
it was just good vibes all around.
Well,
Yeah.
well done. Did you win?
Yeah. Oh, no, we ended up tying.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
wow.
tied
That
it
kind
the
of
whole game up.
celebration comes of a tie.
Well,
Yeah.
All right, well, we better move on from that. That was an amazing story. I now know a lot more about both of you than I ever needed to. Let's move on to our favorite segment.
Yep.
Well, I don't know. It might not be a favorite segment, but
It
it's a
is,
great
mate.
segment.
Come on.
It starts the show off pretty well.
It depends how hungry we are, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So we're talking about snack chat. Each
Mhm.
week we come in with a fresh snack and a fresh beverage for us to try. Most of the time it's alcoholic. I can't see that changing unless we have to get really creative.
Record it 6 a.m. or something.
Yeah, exactly. We come back and we'll review the snack. I can't review it. I am the offerer of snacks this week.
What'd you get?
Well, yeah, a bit of a mixed bag. I mean, to be honest, I thought we were recording this pod a little earlier, so I kind of went for the classic beers and chips. Like, I just think beers and salty foods go together so fucking good.
Ooh, okay.
So Hito isn't typically a beer fan, but I'm hoping I've picked something up his alley.
Okay.
Look, I'm doing it. You know, I'm taking one for the team. You know, I'm willing to experiment. You know,
You're gonna have to because our drinks will run out so quickly if you won't drink beer.
no, I'll drink beer. I'm
Okay.
in on this.
Now I've got you guys a classic Stone and Wood,
Ooh.
the Pacific
Nice.
Ale.
I've had that before.
Fruity,
Yeah.
delicious. You can drink it for days.
I think that I've had that out of the tap, but I haven't had a bottle yet, so I'm excited to try.
Really, you haven't had it a lot? Okay.
Not a lot, actually, no. Because I'm, you know me, boys.
Yeah.
I'm a VB and cup drinker, all right? Like,
It's a bit fancy, and I knew it would be fancy for you, but
no, it's all right. It's all right.
I've got to expand your horizons.
He's not going to
somehow.
complain about free beer. So.
The reason why I don't drink fancy beers so much is they're exciting when I get to have them.
Oh,
And because
that's
they're
a good
fucking
idea.
expensive. You're welcome.
Yeah,
I
Jesus.
drink too many to drink
Yeah,
fancy
you're like, I
beers.
was glad to be working this week. Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm excited to try. All right, we've got 3.
Yeah, cheers, boys.
Yep. Draft boys.
Start to
Yep.
the game week 1.
Yeah.
Start off well.
Mm.
Excuse the swallowing.
Oh, that
sound.
is nice.
It's
Wow,
delicious.
It's really similar to Little Creatures.
yeah, but lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a bright ale.
Yeah,
I like
they're not
it.
super
not
strong.
the pale ale, the bright ale.
the bright ale.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I've had the bright ale.
Yeah, it's really similar to this.
Oh, really? Interesting.
It's one of my favorite beers, so you could
like
be
it.
getting a good rating.
I do know that is one of your favorite
like
beers, but I
it.
didn't know it was the bright ale. So
Mm.
good. I'm glad I learnt that. Now for the chips
Mm.
this week.
What you got?
Oh, sorry, I've got chips as a snack. I
Yeah.
should have said. Now this was a bit of a it was one of those things. It's definitely a limited time in the shops.
Sure.
So I thought
Did you look at what's on sale? Is that
I've
what
only
determined-
got-
That's normally how I pick my
Two
chips.
for one.
I've only got one chance here to get this because I initially picked a different snack. It's in my cupboard, ready for the next snack chat.
Yeah, right.
But
Oh,
then I
wow,
saw this.
okay.
I thought limited
Bulk
edition.
buying
I've got to
from
pull the
Aldi, I
trigger. We've got hot wings and ranch combo
Oh,
Smith
God.
chips.
What the hell are they?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
like the creativity.
God.
Slightly worried about the hot wing side
Like-
of it.
Two chips in together, and Hito doesn't know whether it's going to be a hot one or a ranch, which is
Oh.
possibly the best part. I think that's how it works. I think some are hot wings and some are ranch. So eat them
You couldn't
together,
even
and you
just
get
like-
the perfect thing.
You couldn't like pick my favorite drink to then go with me having to eat.
Mate, this is your new favorite drink. Come on, give me a good rating.
Okay.
So here we go. I need a
let me
rating
try
for
a
the
chip.
Try the chips.
I reckon I can tell which is the hot ones
Yeah.
You got to eat both.
together in one bite.
Wow.
Okay, I'm gonna
I
put
just
two
tried
of them.
them and
I'm gonna put them together.
I tried
in
them
a bite.
separately at first just because I wanted to know like what the hell is going on. And this is actually right down my alley. It's
I
not
thought it
something,
would be.
It's
I
not
thought it'd be
something that
you.
I would like pick all the time,
No.
but it's actually a really good like party treat.
Can I recommend a sip of beer in between each chip?
Sure.
Just-
You
it's-
really want to get a rating because you saw mine from last
I've
week. Eh?
compared. I've paired two perfect foods here together. So just have them in symbiosis. Hito, sip the beer. Sip the
I'm
beer.
just combining my chips.
Holy
Okay.
shit. Okay. Well, look, while Hito's getting his taste buds destroyed by the sounds of it, I'm going to rate them. I'm going to go with the drink first. And you're actually going to go pretty well for me. I'm actually going to give you, I'm just looking at the same as you gave me last week, 8.9.
Love that score.
I think that's solid. And for the chip, look, I'm going to go 8.3.
Oh, that's high.
Wow,
I
that's
love
really
that.
high.
Yeah.
I did
That's
not
very
think
high.
I'd get that.
That's very high.
Yeah. No, I really like it.
Okay, this is hard for me. I'm okay. So I'm gonna start with the beer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
Are
a.
you going to rate it on a beer scale, like as far as you like beers, or are you
I
rating it
think
on
it's
a
overall
drink scale?
overall drink scale.
Oh, this is.
I know it's hard
I
because
think, no,
this
but
isn't gonna be
be
pretty.
true to yourself, Hito.
I think I
Yeah,
have to
rate it.
because I've got to
Yeah.
judge it
Yeah,
off
yeah.
everything else. I've
In fact, we're going to be.
I went
we
higher.
ever wanna be.
I don't know. Yeah, if you want high ratings, don't choose beer for me. But it's not too bad. So I'm gonna give you a 6.6
Oh,
for the beer.
Okay.
Devil's numbers.
Oh, Jesus.
I know.
Take it easy.
And the chippy, I'm gonna go for 6.9.
6.9. Okay. That's still solid, I reckon.
Yeah,
Solid numbers.
it's like it's tasty.
I'm going off
Combining them-
Miles's numbers, that's for sure. Like I'm going somewhere in between both of you. I think Miles went quite high, but I like it.
Mm.
Hito went quite low because he's a dick.
Yeah. All right.
But we
Well,
love him. We love him.
Yeah, you know.
We love him to death. But he
We
doesn't
do,
have
so.
good taste in beer. Okay, let's move on. We spent enough time talking about snacks. First 8 minutes of the pod. We clearly love a good snack here.
We do.
So now we're going to get into you leaning back and trying to eat a chip is the funniest thing. Yeah, kind of. So, apologies for all the crunching. So now we're going to move into the way we talk about the results. So basically what will happen is each game week we're going to talk about the upcoming fixtures for next game week, and we'll give some tips and points from the previous game week and teams that are in form, players that are in form, and just anyone that you might be interested in looking at.
Yeah, basically like what those teams did in the previous game weeks and how we predict the fixture that they're about to do.
Yeah. So in saying that, Hito, would you like to lead us into the first game we'll be talking about?
I can do that. So the first game we're gonna go off the fixture list for games being played in the Prem. So the first game of the week is Everton versus West Brom. So last week,
For game week 2.
yeah, for game week
if
2,
we haven't been clear.
yeah, game week 2. So last week in game week 1, first round of the league, Everton versus Tottenham. So Everton won 1-0 in that
Yeah.
game. Bit of a surprise result, I think, there. And then on the other end, probably not as surprising in that West Brom were versing Leicester
Yeah.
and they lost 3-0.
And look,
Wow, they looked flat.
I'll kick us off because I reckon West Brom are in trouble. Because I thought Everton, like the 1-0 against Tottenham, I thought that scoreline was not really like a
Yeah, they could have had more.
way more.
Yeah.
Everton could have more.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
for
I
sure.
agree. I thought Tottenham were pretty average, and
Very.
I thought they might come out quite good.
Same.
But they are still looking for another defender. So
But look, the new look Everton team, they're full of promise. I think James Rodriguez, offers that new outlet, and he looks like he really suits the Premier League.
and they've got some depth now, which I don't think ever had. Like Siggy could fill in that spot there.
for sure.
And they've got an amazing kind of defensive mid / string puller in Allen from Napoli. I think he came
I
from.
was surprised all of the new guys played. I really didn't think Hammers would start.
Me either.
And it looked like he was playing from the right throughout the game, which was I didn't expect.
Yeah, he was playing in there and cutting in there a bit, but I think they want to have him in the centre. But I feel like Allen might not have been providing exactly what Carlo wanted. And when I was watching the game, it looked like Carlo was actually like yelling at Hammers.
Oh, really?
To get out
Okay.
there. Yeah.
Interesting.
So I don't know if that's going to change, and maybe Siggy might come into the centre and Allen might not get as many minutes in the next few weeks, but that's what I was looking at.
I think he will get the minutes. I don't think not from necessarily a player picking up perspective. Like I don't think anyone's really going to be jumping on him straight away just because he's a bit more on the
Who's this,
central,
Allen?
central mid
Yeah,
side.
I don't think he's a
But in
fantasy
terms
player.
of making other Everton players more valuable, I think he will definitely do that. I think that
That's a good shot.
Everton will perform better because of him. And he's possibly a part of the team that they've been missing for a long time. And if he performs well, I think that Everton will perform well. And already, good result.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I got to say, I was watching the game and I was so filthy at Richarlison.
I bet you were, man.
Seriously.
He was not looking good.
No, I mean, but
looking good in the right spots, but
Yeah.
just shooting boots were not on.
he was
called it.
so selfish.
You called it.
Called it. I didn't want to pick up Richarlison. I mean, not want Richarlison.
I had to in my pick, I think.
I don't think you did. No.
Are you a bit salty that Calvert-Lewin's playing up front and it looks like Richarlison's probably on the left again?
I'm a bit
And now he's a
salty at
forward?
myself that I didn't pick up Calvin instead of Richarlison. But I just got so burned from Calvin last year. Well, I kind of burnt myself, and I don't know. I just had this bit of a stigma about picking him up when I could have picked him up. But, I mean, look, I'm happy that Richarlison is getting in those positions, but I just need him to be not selfish, and I need him to
Oh
find back
man,
the fucking net.
he had two identical chances.
Yeah.
And he just fucked them both up. We couldn't get the bend on them.
And just that, I mean, those ones are those ones, but the first one,
The
where-
open goal.
yeah, I'll just take I'll take an assist.
Yeah.
How is he going to
not
get
greedy.
that angle?
You're not greedy.
Just boom, get the assist, do it, and then that's a bit of positivity and momentum for him.
Yeah.
So
I can tell you triggered.
I'm
His trigger.
fired
His
up,
trigger's
mate.
fucking
Fucking
triggered.
fired up.
Doesn't take much.
I'd be fired that he's a forward. I know we kind of just
Yeah.
said it, but the fact that he's essentially playing what a Mane would or Salah would be,
yeah.
in
Not
that
getting
kind
the
of
extra
wide
point
forward
and
role.
stuff.
And
But
it's
I
a
think-
bit of a dog.
I think if at the start of the season, we thought that Carlo was going to play a 4-4-2.
yeah,
so
we
he did seem like a really good prospect, and that's kind of a Carlo, formation. And based on all the players that we, already looked at, that would come into the team, it looked like, okay, he's going to do this. But, okay, that doesn't quite look like that at this point.
yeah,
But anyway, yeah.
we'll see how he goes though.
We'll see how he
Yeah.
goes. So we should talk about just some other prospects in terms of fantasy from the results.
I think Digne's a great pickup.
Yeah. Is it Dean? Is that how you say it?
I don't know. I always say Digne.
I thought it was Dean.
I thought it was Dean.
I don't know.
All right, but this is
She is silent, motherfucker.
This is FPL Draft Boys, and we're saying Kane.
That's true.
Yeah, true.
We do that on
it's
purpose,
Digne
though.
from now on.
Yeah.
100%. But I just wanted to clarify.
that it was wrong.
Peter
to
and I
start with.
know how to pronounce it. And from now on, we'll be calling him Digne.
Diggy. Diggy and Siggy.
Yeah, Diggy Siggy. Okay.
Diggy to Siggy. Siggy.
Sorry, guys. We're going to have a Siggy break.
But look, like he's obviously been picked up in the draft already in whoever's listening. But you know, he's definitely like someone that you definitely want to pick up in the future.
Yeah, he's a good prospect for your fullbacks. He's
100%. And
very
I think
influential.
before last season, I think the season before last, he hauled massive points.
Massive, yeah.
I thought I saw
picked him
something.
up.
Yeah, I thought
I
I saw
had him.
something where
He got
like
injured.
outside of the like top 6 teams, or like he's up there with like the better wing backs for
Yeah.
conversions in
Well,
the
he's
game.
he's on free kicks and he's on corners, so he's kind of like that.
Yeah.
He's like a Trent, but just
budget.
not as good.
A budget
The other budget Liverpool,
Yeah.
a budget Liverpool Trent, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah,
the same city.
from the same city.
yeah, in blue.
And what about West Brom, guys? You guys got anything on them?
Not too much, to be honest.
Just other than it could be a long season.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they were lucky because in their game, we'll talk about Leicester, but like they were lucky that all the shots were at their keeper.
Yeah,
He didn't have to dive too much to save anything.
Sure.
So if someone put shots off, like on target, but like away from the keeper against them,
and I saw
it
that
could have been.
West Brom had like 7 shots themselves, but only 1 on target.
Yeah, I think.
I mean,
They're
I
gonna
feel
struggle.
maybe a little harsh judging them this early,
Yeah,
but we just know West Brom so well.
and also Leicester's a very good team, so you know they did ring them around the rosy.
Yeah.
and it's 2 pens as well, so
Yeah.
that's
Pen-
one
that's
one
harsh.
good thing.
To be fair for West Brom,
yeah,
the pens looked quite soft
they
to
did,
me.
didn't they?
So
Yeah, they were.
it could look worse than it was. It wasn't
Yeah.
dumb mistakes. It looked very soft. So I
Don't write
know.
them off yet.
No, TBC, but you know,
If you've got a West Brom player, I'm questioning your integrity right now.
but are
But-
you gonna have one soon with their latest arrival? Are you gonna be all memories making you want to pick him up?
Branislav Ivanovic. What a signing. I mean, look, he'll shore up their defense.
How
that
fucking
for
old is he
sure.
now?
I reckon they'll sign him, that he'll play as a centre back.
Oh yeah.
I don't think he'll play as a
Oh,
right
he can't.
back. He's too slow.
I
He's
thought,
like
he was just gonna
something.
warm the bench and
Oh, mate,
give some
the
insight.
bear does not warm the bench. I mean, Sterling has a big butt, but the biggest butt is
Oh,
back,
God,
baby. The Brana butt. It's huge, man. That
Maybe,
guy.
maybe it's the tactic to stop Sterling. You know, a big butt, plus big butt. What does that equal? Like, is it positive? 2 positives
I think it's
Too
equal
positive.
negative?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know.
Don't
It's
score. I
true.
don't know.
Probably just a 0-0 draw.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so before we leave this game, Hito, what's your prediction on this one?
Yeah, so I'm going to predict the results on Everton West Brom. So I'm feeling Everton are going to win it.
Yeah.
Wow, are
Pretty
God.
easy one. I feel.
Hito's Stradamus.
What's the scoreline?
I think it's going to be 3-1 to Everton. I think West Brom might pick themselves up a bit, but I think Everton will convert more chances.
Can you
than they
go
did
as
last
far
time.
as to maybe take a pot shot guess at who's going to score the West Brom goal?
Oh God.
I'm just asking for a guess.
I can only, off the top of my head, I can only remember one name. Robson
Yeah.
Carne.
Oh, wow. Is that
Whatever
who
his
you're
name
gonna
is.
pick? Okay, good.
Is it Carne or Carne?
Robson Kanu.
Carne.
But no, he's not one of the Kane Mane.
We can't say Carne.
He's,
Okay.
He's the Kanu.
Oh, he's the Kanu. Okay.
Okay.
Like one of those things
Yeah,
that
it's
float
the
in the
yin
water.
to their yang. So yeah, I'm gonna go 3-1.
Okay,
All right.
cool. We've spent enough on, well, I mean, there was one big team in there, Toddy. Not looking good. Everton, looking great. Let's move on.
Leeds Fulham.
Yeah,
It's a pretty cool fixture.
I like it.
Yeah.
I think that Fulham's going to get pooed on.
yeah.
Sorry, Fulham fans.
Yeah. Well, they lost 3-0 to
Against
Arsenal,
And Arsenal aren't a good team.
didn't they?
But Myles seems to think they are based on his picks in the draft. He likes a couple of Arsenal
I
players
don't know,
all of a
man.
sudden.
I don't know. Well,
All of a
yeah.
sudden, Myles thinks that
Didn't I
Arsenal
only
are
pick
good.
up one Arsenal player?
Yeah, I think
That's
you
too
only
much.
did. Too many.
The amount you talk shit about them, you can't pick up.
I probably picked the wrong one as well.
I'm surprised
but
you
we'll
picked
see.
other London teams. You know, I thought you had a rule like Chelsea only in London.
I haven't won for a few years, so I thought, you know what,
Mix
I
it
got
up.
to change my strategy.
Okay.
I think we're also going to find out very soon, not right now, but later, that Myles might be adding some more Arsenal. So
We'll see.
just chill out, mate.
So yeah, Leeds played Liverpool last week, and I reckon they did a really valiant effort by losing, 4-3.
yeah.
I think it was a great game, by the way.
Yeah, it was a good one.
I do
It was
love
a good one.
seeing Liverpool concede that many goals.
Yeah, we've not looked pretty much as soon as we were pretty good at clean sheets last year. It struggled because Alisson was out for a while.
Mm.
But we did slip a few goals from teams you wouldn't expect, and then after the restart, we were a bit shaky.
Sure.
And
But
I think it's
you
just
could be shaky.
Yeah.
20 points is 20 points, isn't
I
it?
know exactly. You can do
Exactly.
whatever the hell you want.
But are they still
So-
going to be a little shaky regardless? You know, are they crunchy?
The crunch. It's too good. But
Sorry, guys. I
yeah.
think they will continue to be shaky.
Yeah.
I think they've just completed what they wanted to complete. They won the Champions League and then they won the league. I don't necessarily think they're going to be terrible, but I just don't think that after keeping up like the most ridiculous run in the year that they won the Champions League to not win it, and then, you know, to win it the second year, I don't know if they
Yeah.
can maintain it.
no, I don't know.
It's
Yeah.
a big ask.
Yeah, they'll
Yeah.
probably win a lot of games, but they might not keep those cleanies as much as they did.
No,
Yeah.
I don't. I wonder. I do wonder about
Yeah.
Liverpool.
Well, but to be fair though, it's interesting because normally we verse teams that sit very deep and Leeds are a team that are very proactive in their attacking. Like they play really nice looking football. So it goes two ways. Like it happened last year where Norwich came up and they just played the same way they played in the Championship and it just didn't work.
Sure.
They got pooed on.
Yeah.
Whereas Leeds potentially against some of the shitter teams could
Yeah, well,
carry that on, and I think that could carry on again for this week for them. But they just looked so good. Some of their players looked
They really
spicy
did.
as.
and comparing Leeds to, like, say, Norwich, you know, they came up and played the way that they did. I don't think that Norwich has as much depth as a Leeds do.
Or maybe the manager.
Yeah, dude, this manager is amazing.
I've been hearing about him for a while in the Championship, and I pay very, very little attention to the Championship, if I'm honest. Like, for us in Australia, like, there's no easy way to watch the games. You know, it's just, you kind of hear, you know, glimpses if you kind of read into it, but you don't hear too much. But I've heard his name, Biesler, a lot.
Yeah,
And
he's really good.
Bielsa.
Bielsa, is that how it's said?
Oh,
Okay.
but now it's
Beasler.
Biesler boss. Love it.
Beasley. Pam Beasley.
but their depth is good, and you know he's obviously a great manager.
They've also got a better defense from
Really good
things I've heard.
defense.
And Norwich were just like a bunch of.
So to put this into a fantasy, you know, perspective, who from their team are you liking? Are they all attackers? Are they defenders? Do you think that there are any players that you would back after seeing 1 week?
I think there's more players than you would anticipate from a promoted team
Yeah,
to look at. I think all the goal scorers definitely.
yeah, I think Dallas looks really good.
Yeah, Dallas in defense.
Mm.
And yeah,
Klitsch as well.
yeah.
Klitsch good, and then there was some amazing goal by Harrison. I don't know if that was it. Harrison, is that his name?
Yeah,
It was like
He rinsed Trent.
it was great. I loved watching it.
That ball was beautiful.
I
though.
watched it 16 times.
To be honest, I did too.
It was amazing, and I was like, well, it could be one of those just like, you know, everything just went right moments, or he could just be a lord. Who knows? I can't wait to find out.
sure.
So we've got a good idea there. So the goal scorers were Patrick Bamford,
Yeah,
Harrison with that crazy goal, and then we saw Klitsch.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it?
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know that one, so
That's
I
how
can't
we
give you
say
shit
it
for
now.
it. So
You know, all
yeah.
actually decent goals, like not just necessarily right place, right time.
yeah,
Then
definitely.
you know,
I'm actually surprised Bamford didn't go in our draft, but now he's a free agent, and you know he'll definitely go.
he had good numbers, but it's one of those things like you can just kind of hope that he doesn't go, and you can pick him up based on his form in the Prem.
Yeah, exactly.
And also Leeds did do a record signing on their new striker as well.
Yeah.
So that will
Yeah,
be
exactly.
interesting.
I don't think he might have come off, but he didn't start. I don't think. Did
No,
he?
he didn't start, and
Yeah.
They got a back patty.
Rodrigo, you know, he came on, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, interesting to see, but I think they'll look good because.
So quick, we should move on to Fulham. Sorry to cut you off there, Heat.
No, I was going
We might
to
spend
say the
too
same
long
thing.
here.
Fulham, I'm a bit worried about them.
Yeah.
Long term, but also, you know, they just look the same as they did when they came out last time. It's like just same players, like especially in defense. Like I heard someone ripping on one of their defenders.
And it could be a pretty long season for them. You know, I don't really see them winning many games.
I don't think they've even if Mitrovic plays and gets them a couple of goals, which he didn't start, people would have been probably pissed if he drafted him. But
He got a lot of goals though, didn't he, in the Championship?
yeah,
A lot.
but I just
Was it 28?
26.
Oh,
or
I'm just
something.
guessing at the
Yes,
number.
something like that. And I gotta
just
say,
didn't-
did you
yeah.
see how bulked he looked?
No, I didn't see.
He's
him.
jacked.
He looked stacked.
Oh,
man.
really?
And
I
he's got this
nearly
new-
fell asleep. They barely showed
Is he
any of him.
stacked, or is it just like he put on some weight?
No, he looks like stacked.
Yeah, he's been visiting Bayern Munich's training ground.
And he's got this new like beard.
Oh, really?
Oh, you like the beard?
He
I
look
probably
good?
didn't even recognize
He
He
it.
look
looks sick.
Oh, yeah?
really?
Yeah.
You're gonna pick him up?
Oh, I can't because he's gone. But when Tim drops him, I might.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But yeah, it'll be interesting. But I just think even with him, they're going to leak goals because they haven't changed much.
Yeah.
And they don't have the most experienced manager. So,
But
yeah.
yet again,
Good luck,
they
Fulham.
came up one of the better teams as their first Premier League game back. Like
Yeah.
it would be harsh
Oh,
to
yeah.
true.
judge them off
It
that,
is.
but
Yeah.
still at the same point, at this point, we are definitely not recommending any Fulham players.
No, even against a promoted team like Leeds, and that's
Which
it's going to be one of the easier games. I'm not saying
Yeah.
that Leeds because I think Leeds will shock a lot of teams this season.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I had a look at Leeds Fulham fixtures from Championship last year.
Mm.
So they played a game in June just recently, and Leeds smashed them.
yeah.
But then
Scoreline?
like
Yeah.
I think it was like 3-1 maybe.
Mm.
to know for my
Like
prediction.
solid game. But then the last time they played was back end of 2019,
Yeah.
and Fulham won
Really?
like 2-1, I think.
Okay.
So they haven't got like a history of one team dominating
Okay.
just from last season.
Okay.
So
It'll be interesting.
don't know, but
Let's
yeah,
see, maybe Leeds aren't consistent. I
No.
don't know.
well,
Did they won the championship though?
Outright.
yeah, and they did well the year before.
And the year before
So-
that.
so-
And the year before that.
so
they've
they've
been
been-
knocking on the door.
They've been building.
Yeah.
So they've probably got a good base here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so look, I think that leads us into my prediction. It's me for this one, this
Yeah.
game. I think
Yeah,
based off what
feeling?
you said before with the 3-1 in June, I think that could be similar, but I don't think Fulham will get a goal. I honestly think that Leeds could score 3.
Okay.
So I'm
Again.
going to say 3-0 for me.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's fair enough. They scored 3 this week, so
I think they've got
Same
it in them
scorers?
again.
Same
And there was against
everyone again?
Liverpool. Oh, yeah, I'll pick all the same scorers, exactly identical.
Same minute,
Seems like
same
the
type
right
of
thing.
goal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Good. Yeah, exactly. So next game, Myles,
Yeah.
take us away.
We're looking at a game. I think it could be a spicy game. So it's Met.
You think all Crystal Palace games are spicy?
Yeah.
yeah, he's
So-
gonna. Yeah, we've got some mic issues here, but we'll
A little technical difficulties
yeah.
from
So
Milo.
we've got Arsenal, West Ham. So
What?
hey, what are you feeling?
Arsenal West Ham. You've skipped ahead.
Oh,
here,
I've skipped
Nito.
games.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Sorry, I'm
I'm
back now.
sorry.
I-
I'm
No.
sorry.
I had
Okay,
some
we're not
headphone
amateurs.
issues.
I got excited.
Look,
I
I just
got
got to
excited.
say that Whitey pulled back and he pulled my headphone jack out and I couldn't hear anything. I thought we went
Oh,
dead for a
rude.
second.
Oh,
But
rude.
look, so we're on to
okay. We couldn't
Oh,
cover
yeah,
it
that's
up.
my fault.
We panicked.
All right, so
panicked.
Don't
we're
worry,
on
guys, we're back.
Eat chips.
Manchester United versus Crystal Palace. And I think it's going to be a good game.
You always think it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, look, this little shout out to my mate Bobs, but yeah, look, I think Crystal Palace looked really good. United had a bye last week, so we haven't seen them, but they won 1-0 against Southampton. And I'm not saying that, look, they've scored heaps of goals and things like that. I watched the game and I thought that they controlled Southampton really well and informed Southampton.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, informed from last season, but it was so recent that
And,
You can
look,
still call
and
them
pre-season, they scored a bunch of goals.
yeah, that's true. I remember seeing that.
It would have been a bit daunting for Palace to start off against them, but getting a win against a team like Southampton is just going to give them a lot of confidence. And look, I don't back them to win the game or anything like that. I think United will still probably win, but I'm just
You'd
feeling a
think
good game.
Yeah, you reckon?
Yeah.
I think
Well,
so. And
They're pretty solid defensively, Palace.
Now, yeah.
And the fact that, Man U, they had a preseason game just recently against Villa. They lost 1-0, I think.
yeah.
yeah,
So-
but preseason's preseason, but still.
Yeah, I know, but just like, it's not like, that's all I guess we got off Man U's form.
It's not an unblemished
Um,
record for sure.
Yeah,
I think
hard to say.
it was, and I think one thing of note there is that Zaha has continued as a striker in the striker position,
Mm.
which he's rated as a mid.
Yeah.
Right. So that
Yeah,
could be one of those kind of out of position players,
Possibly,
and
yeah.
he's a class player.
I think that's just until Batshuayi starts playing, to be honest.
Let's see about
They've
that.
been trying to sort that position for so long. And
Yeah.
when Batshuayi was on loan to Palace last time, he was crushing. That's why Chelsea brought him back, because he was playing so well.
Where would that new...
I didn't know he played for them on loan.
You should watch more football. Besides Chelsea.
No, but as a Chelsea fan, I thought he went to Germany. I forgot he even went to. Was it half a season or something?
I think he did go in
mate,
January.
I think that sums up Chelsea's, view of their loanees.
Yeah, you're hurting.
You don't remember. You don't remember who you've got, where they are, what they're up to. They're just like estranged children that you don't fucking know.
Okay, take it easy, mate. This Michy Batshuayi, who sat on our bench for years, you wouldn't even know he's there. He's not even on the bench.
All right, it's just a Berahino in the third moment. Right?
Take it easy, boys. So Zaha looks great. I think he will. I think that maybe Michy will push out AU.
Definitely, but I think that Roy will go back to a more traditional lone striker with Zaha down the wing.
Fine. But still, I think Zaha might be a good option if they've got actually a decent striker for once.
Oh, Zaha,
because he might get some
What about that new guy, Etsy? Like, where does he play?
I think he plays on the right-hand side or in the middle.
Okay.
But he's quick,
So
isn't he?
Townsend potentially then instead of
but
Zaha.
I still think that Townsend plays. So I reckon, Easy will be playing in the middle.
And
Okay.
Izzy's stats from last season, 14 goals, 6 assists.
Yeah.
So, that's an outlet right there. Who got the assist for Zaha?
It was
that game?
Townsend.
Oh, Townsend.
Yeah.
Townsend's pretty consistent, not fantasy really, but
look, in the
he's
draft
consistent
format,
player.
I think that if you're struggling on your fourth or fifth pick, if you're a bit more forward heavy or defense heavy and you've only got 3 good mids that you're kind of looking at, I think Townsend's a good fourth or fifth.
I thought you were going to throw shade at me so hard by saying Zaha then. I was like, if he leads in with Zaha here, says, if you're looking at your fourth mid and you're really
Zaha.
pushed for players, maybe your fifth.
No,
Zaha.
I wasn't. No,
Easy.
you've got solid. You can't pick him up, but there would be some players like maybe Bobby might be looking at something like that because his mids aren't too strong and things like that, just to upgrade.
Well, worst case, they just sit on your bench, and if your player doesn't start, they could come on and
He's
do
a starter.
something.
He's a starter, which can be a problem in draft.
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets down, depends how many players are in your league, but you might not even be able to, pick up any starters, like anyone that plays consistent.
Yeah.
Like,
Some people play with like 12 people in their league.
But
it's
I
just,
think
like,
they
brutal.
start to double up on the players if you play with that many.
Really?
I think so.
Is that a rule?
I think that's the only way it would work, right?
How the fuck is that draft?
I don't know.
I hate that.
I don't think it would.
I wouldn't play with that many
Yeah,
people in my league.
Surely.
We're going to get back to you on that because it could just be another moment where he doesn't even know that
Oh,
Batshuayi
mate.
played for Palace. All right. So
I don't do research. I just come
whoever's
up with
listening out
statements.
there, just disregard that until Hito and I do a bit of stat check.
I don't
on
do
that.
research.
All right.
Someone
Well,
fucking
speaking
look it
of
up.
statements, Marlo, make your statement on prediction. What's your...
But you didn't talk about Man U at all.
we don't have much to say, do we?
But not on based on the results, but just give us a quick rundown of the players to look out for.
All right, Rashford's going to score a hat trick and going to be assisted by Luke Shaw. All right, all of it. Let's go.
You want
Okay,
points? Okay.
So that's Myles'
One-sided
full
there.
fantasy team.
One-sided there.
Fernandes is going to score a bunch of penalties. That's my team.
Look,
Probably.
I'll just say Manchester United will win 2-1.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
conservative.
I
'cause
feel that.
It's what everyone thinks it's going to be. But yeah, fine.
We'll
Pick
see.
that. Okay,
That's
moving
fair
on. I mean, Hito really is keen to talk about this game
I know,
because he
well,
jumped ahead
it's-
before.
I know it's very lucky that I said that because it's my game, so I've got ownership over it. It's so we're looking at Arsenal West Ham.
Yeah.
So last week, we've already spoken about Arsenal a little bit. They won 3-0 against Fulham, and then West Ham lost 2-0 to Newcastle,
Yeah.
which interesting result for them. They looked okay. Like they had a couple of chances, West Ham, throughout the game. A few early chances in the first 30 minutes, hitting the woodwork twice, getting unlucky on one of the goals they conceded. The first one with the cross coming in, it was just deflected, and then somehow Hendrick got there and popped it across to. Wilson.
The first goal was Wilson.
Yeah, but he
The
leant in and
assist, from
it
Hendrick.
deflected in, and then he got the header. It was a bit unlucky, to be fair,
true,
to West
true.
Ham. But then in the second half, they just didn't look, that up for it, and they stood off so much for that second goal they conceded.
Yeah. He was
they just let him
alone in the box.
They just let him. Cresswell just stood there and letting him get a shot away, which I think is just poor. So I know I spoke before the season that I'm a bit worried about West Ham.
Yeah.
Um,
Both of you did, actually.
Yeah, I just feel like there's a chance something could go wrong with them. I don't know. They looked okay. They looked better than I thought they would this week, but not the best. What do you guys think about West Ham?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I feel like Newcastle looked like a proposition for sure.
Definitely.
Out of that game. Like West Ham, I don't know. They look very similar. They may lose Declan Rice, which could be a big blow to them, to the lads at Chelsea.
I don't know, based off one of the touches he did leading to a counter, I don't know if you'd want him.
He's back up. He's back up. Frank knows what he's doing. He turns these people into champions. No. But no, look, they were a bit flat. I mean, I didn't have much about West Ham from this game, other than, the obvious thing that the result was 2-0 to Newcastle, and I thought Newcastle were just better. And I was looking at Newcastle players and not West Ham players.
Yeah, I rate Newcastle to have a good top 10.
Yeah, we should save that. We should save that. Sorry, I was getting into it a bit.
Well, let's talk about Arsenal because there's a bit to chat about.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do Arsenal.
It doesn't surprise me that you want to talk about Arsenal, mate. You're such a big fan these days.
Dude, it's actually hurting my feelings.
Why do you think I'm saying it?
Look, let's get back to the pod. Willian looks good. It hurts me that he looks so good.
I can't tell you how much I disagree. Did you watch the highlights? He was doing the classic Willian shit.
I watched the game.
Mate. Oh, okay. All right. I didn't watch the game in all fairness, but it's... For me as a Chelsea fan, watching him for years.
It hurts, eh?
No, not at all, because I never really liked him that much.
Wow.
And I was never a big Willian fan. I thought that he used to just run down the wing, let them set, and then basically cross one in, and he'd probably hit either the first defender or the goal post or kick it out. I don't know. That's probably pretty harsh. Sorry, Willian. But at the end of the day, let me just run through the little list I made here. First assist. Takes a shot, comes really back to him,
to be fair.
Puts it through. Come on. It was lucky.
That was a bit of a joke.
Yeah, that was a joke. And then second assist on a corner. First assist from a corner he's ever had. He usually not ever, but seriously, he normally kicks them. Over or the first fucking defender is never in the right place. Chelsea last season barely scored off a corner, and he was the outlet for most of those corners. And you have to say that delivery is a big part of corners being scored. He got
lucky in that Gabriel put it in with his definitely didn't head it in.
Exactly.
Head it. No.
And as against West Ham defense, I'm still question marks. Okay, I'm not going. Oh yeah, another assist.
He's not on the train. He's not on the Willian train.
And then the last goal, he puts that ball across for Aubameyang, and it was a nice ball. Don't get me wrong.
But it's the finish from Aubameyang.
But Aubameyang did everything.
I can hear it in his voice.
Aubameyang has everything to do there. And obviously it's Aubameyang. He's amazing. Scores it. For me, the takeaway is lucky Willian. And for anyone else, look, someone else might have watched the game and thought he was amazing.
I just thought he looks so determined.
Yeah. If you that pass that he did, if you saw Kai Havertz doing that, you'd be frothing off it.
I would have frothed on it because it's not Willian.
That's what I got to say, because I felt that Willian looked as determined as he did in that last season that Mourinho was there, where he literally was our top goal scorer, and he was just the player on the pitch every single.
Yeah, he was good for a minute there. And look, he looks like he's on free kicks, which was definitely a factor of whether he might be a good option or not.
Good
free
he had a couple of good looks.
He did
hit the post, didn't he?
But for this, at the same point, I'm I just don't like him. I don't think he'll keep it up.
Can we talk about Arsenal's defense? Because I know it's against Fulham, and I don't want to get too because Arsenal do this to their fans.
You don't want to get too excited?
Well, no. they have
to their fans. Did you hear that?
No. I'm talking about their fans.
I know, but you're one of them.
I'm actually thinking about quitting the podcast in the first episode, boys. If this is going to continue. But I think Gabriel really secures them, doesn't he?
Yeah, they've needed it. They've needed someone that's not David Luiz. So,
as someone who didn't have time to watch this particular game, you've obviously seen it.
Yeah,
it's hard to gauge from just the highlights how the defense goes because it's barely ever part of the highlights.
Yeah.
Is that what you saw?
Yeah, I actually felt that Arsenal's midfield really, really controlled the game, very, very well.
And the formation that they played, obviously, with 5 at the back, they're playing that defensive style with the 2 wing backs. Bellerin playing on the right wing, and
I think it was
Tierney playing on the left.
Oh, Maitland-Niles. sorry.
Maitland-Niles.
Yeah, because Tierney's playing in the
The
three.
centre three, yeah.
So that's a brutal like left back position. That's now a centre back for you, Tierney.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
You picked him up.
Maitland-Niles as a wing back. Like I think he's quite actually a good player.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me
But
too.
As a very much a Chelsea fan hating on Arsenal.
And I think Xhaka actually, as much as I really dislike him, he had a really good game.
Yeah, he did. But is
He
it
did, and he had
is
some
it
good-
hard to have a good, a bad game against Fulham? I don't know.
I know. Look, that's why I don't want to
That's the hard thing.
to, and you know what I love about Arsenal is my favourite thing, right? Is
as a
Arsenal.
fan.
I was going to say, is it William?
It's Arsenal Fan TV.
Oh yeah.
Right, so-
or AFTV now.
AFTV.
They can't say they're Arsenal.
So I
fan
watched,
TV.
a little bit after this one because I love the
I fucking
highs.
hate those
And I
guys.
can't wait for the lows.
yeah,
they're
that sounds
so
more like the
good.
Myles.
Yeah.
There we go.
They're
Yeah.
so good. No, look, I just talk about Arsenal in a positive way at the moment because I'm
No,
thinking about
no.
fantasy and I'm thinking about what I need to do to strengthen my team. And it looks like they've got some points this year because I rate Arteta as a manager. I think he's going to be very, very big in the
Yeah.
future.
Yeah.
And I think that he might be cooking something up. I don't think they'll do great against the big teams, but everyone else, I think they'll do pretty fairly decently.
I don't know. They've been all right against the bigger teams. Like they did well against us in the Community Shield and
True.
towards the back end of last season. So I don't know. I feel like they're kind of working things out.
Yeah.
So Myles, with that being said, can you predict where they might come in the league this year?
Look, I'd say definitely top 6. I don't think top 4 though.
No,
Yeah, I'd say
I-
fifth.
Yeah, I'd say 5th or 6th because I still think Leicester have got it in them.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
I
And
don't-
Wolves as well.
Wolves and I don't really think Spurs, to be honest, unless Bale comes and does something, pulls a rabbit out of his ass. But
I think, and Everton has to be mentioned.
maybe.
They've got
Yeah.
an amazing
Yeah.
manager. They're
True.
obviously trying to change. They're trying to
Yeah.
take a turn.
Yeah.
It'll be spicy from
It will
again,
be.
I think that kind of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 positions will be
It will be.
Quite
very
close.
tough.
All right,
So-
Hato, give us a prediction on this so we can
Move on.
move on.
Yeah.
You don't want to keep talking about Arsenal?
Look, I actually
Seems like you do.
I got to get out of this room
Okay.
as quick as possible.
Okay. I'll end your suffering, mate. I'm going to make a prediction.
Thanks.
So I think Arsenal will win,
Yeah.
but I don't think they'll win as comfortably because I think West Ham might put away some of their chances. So I think it will be 2-1 to Arsenal.
Right. I even wrote the 2 before you even said it because I was just so confident that you were going to say 2-1.
Look at that. There you go.
Do you think all these predictions are going to be 2-1?
Whitey, what's
What?
the next game?
Southampton versus Tottenham.
What are you thinking?
Interesting.
So we've covered these 2 games already that they played last week.
Yeah, we have. We'll just go over a couple other bits and pieces. But
Yeah.
look, as we said, Southampton, not the greatest they've been, but they've had some good preseason form. Then
We didn't mention this when we were talking about Palace, but their keeper, Guarda, literally kept them in the game because he made a couple of stupid saves that the game could have been 2 or 3.
Yeah, he was man of the match. for
So,
me,
yeah, because Southampton 100% had some late chances. So
Yeah.
you can't rule out their attack for sure.
I reckon
And
it'll be a good game.
it will be. And Shea Adams was looking pretty good. And,
Yeah.
he definitely hyped himself for a while there.
yeah.
Mm.
Oh,
It seems like the hype is finally
yeah,
catching
what he
up.
thought they were going to win the Premier League last year or something, didn't he say? I don't know.
God, that guy.
But he did look. He
what
had a
he's
few good
smoking.
link ups with Ings. Had a few little.
And it looks like they're playing
quick
2
one
up front
touches. Yeah,
at this point.
At this point,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what they were doing last season.
yeah.
They weren't.
It
And
seemed like they were subbing.
only towards the end.
Towards
Okay.
the end, they were
Yeah.
playing 2 up front with him.
So Southampton, they could definitely do better, and they could come out against Tottenham. But the same thing goes for Tottenham. I mean, look, in their game against Everton, we said it before. There wasn't much going on. Not many shots on target. They were a bit lackluster.
yeah,
Lacked a bit of hunger.
they definitely did. Yeah.
to kind of stop the header from Calvert.
Yeah, no, it was a long way out, that header, and they just kind of I know it's more easier for the striker to get there because a defender it's harder to pop it away somewhere, but sandwich between Anderveld. Is that how you say it? I don't know. It's fucking say his name.
Alderweireld.
Alderweireld. That's it.
If you
Him and Dyer, between him and Dyer, they just didn't compete for that header.
Yeah, 100%.
yeah.
But the thing that is rest assured is that Mourinho is going to be working hard on that. And they've been talking about a new right back as well. I can't remember the name of the guy. Oh, no, left back, sorry.
Left back.
Left back.
That they might be getting in the Bale swap
Something about that.
from Madrid.
I didn't know his name well. I'm sorry, everyone out there. He's not in the Prem yet. It's a complete rumor.
Unforgivable, mate. Unforgivable.
But obviously, Mourinho wants to fix the midfield. The defense. I mean, midfield.
Yeah.
They've got a pretty decent midfield.
yeah.
But yeah, he wants to fix their defense. Mourinho is typically, very defensive counter-attacker. So that could be fixed.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just one result, and it's the first game week.
It'd be interesting to see, if they can turn it around a bit. But I don't know. I think I like the look of Southampton. I like Southampton. They've really turned it around since they had that hammering by Leicester.
But I also don't think Tottenham are going to roll over.
No, I don't think they will
Mourinho
either. But
team really does, except for when he was at United.
I don't know, but they do have lapses in their defense, and I think someone as clinical as Ings could.
And I'll have to say, from a fantasy perspective, now that we're talking about Southampton again, I really rate Ward-Prowse. I think that, maybe he might not have the greatest season, but, he's on free kicks, he's on corners, and he's one of those, players that no one thinks about. And I'm sure he's probably available in most of your drafts if you have, an 8-man or league or lower. But if you are looking for someone just as a bit of a differential to pick up, I think Ward-Prowse, he looked good in the game.
He's a hard one because he'll get a pen or something, and I don't know if Ings takes pens now though. I can't remember.
Ings take the pens,
but he used to take pens.
He did used to,
and he takes free kicks.
How long's he been in the Prem?
A while.
Prowse, a
long
while.
time.
He doesn't get.
How many times has he got a haul?
Yeah, not off. He's that player that
could be his year.
So-
100%. I definitely think he's got it in him, but I
Last
would not
year-
be jumping on him too.
last year was his biggest haul. He got 117, and he played the most minutes that he's played. 3,400.
Yeah,
That's not bad, I guess.
but the thing is, just he's someone that where you just can maybe pick up for a week, thinking they've got a good fixture, and he might score a free kick. But
I'm just saying,
Really
I think
hard.
it's one to watch.
100%,
And,
definitely. If he gets on a little bit of form, you never
From,
know. But
Look for that first goal, first assist.
Mm.
Don't pull the trigger yet, unless you're in a league with more players, and maybe that's what you have to do. And if he isn't in a team, definitely be considered. But I'd be surprised if he wasn't.
Yeah.
So really, to move on here, I mean, the only other thing I really wanted to say is just that Lucas Moura appears to be a starter at this point in the Tottenham side.
yeah, I think Mourinho likes him.
I think he's quite good.
Yeah.
I like him, and I saw some decent passes from him in that game. He definitely looked like a bit of a bright spark.
Yeah,
So worth noting. And then, the other thing I saw was that Doherty is still getting in goal-scoring positions, and I think we talked about that when we were talking about preseason stuff. We were worried that in the five, because obviously for Wolves, he was playing in that kind of wing-back role where there were, 5 backs. And he was obviously allowed to get forward and get those goals. And we were thinking, oh, okay, will that be the same playing for Mourinho's team? As we say, Mourinho's defensive manager, will he kind of make it forward and, get those opportunities? And already we've seen he took a shot.
Yeah, it seems like he's just been told to play how you normally play.
Yeah,
and
for the moment.
And we'll sort it out. And I think for me, what'll be interesting, because also in the kind of transfer with Højbjerg going to Tottenham, Walker Peters went to Southampton from Tottenham back. And he looked so exposed against Palace.
Yeah,
Every
Zaha.
fucking chance. Zaha was just on his own running, which I thought was... So he'll be interesting versing his old team. So I don't know. I think that's one to watch, whoever plays on the right wing of Tottenham.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, left wing, Son. Oh, God.
Let's go.
Oh, God. He might kill it.
I don't know.
All right,
I don't know. Okay, here we go.
Give me a prediction.
I'm going to predict Southampton versus Tottenham.
Yes, we know the game.
1-0 to
2.
Tottenham.
Ooh,
Wow.
okay. Low scoring.
Who
I don't like
scores?
that.
Who scores?
Do you like my prediction voice?
No, it's a bit creepy.
Yeah, I like it.
I feel
As long as it keeps you guys
I
on
feel like a
edge.
ghost
I like
coming
to-
to the room
yeah.
or something.
I'm a bit ethereal.
Who's going to score?
Take
Come on.
it easy.
Come on.
Not
You
Son.
only
Not
picked one
Son.
goal.
I think like a defender, like probably Alderweireld or Dyer.
Oh, God.
Oh, did I mention they're both in my team? God, I must be so good at fantasy and predicting. Yeah, 1-0
Okay.
goal to Dyer.
All right,
All right.
then. Moving on.
Yeah.
Newcastle versus Brighton.
So, Myles, this is you. This is the game you will predict.
I'll predict it. Yeah. Let's have a chat about it. I want to see what you guys think.
Yeah, exactly. What do we think? Okay, I thought you were going to intro this, but all right, we'll do the work for you.
All right.
Newcastle.
He just wants to get out of here, man. He's sick
Yeah,
of that
seriously.
Arsenal chat. He can't do it.
What do you mean he's sick of
He
it?
can't even look
He's
us in
sick
the
of
eye anymore.
pretending that he hates it.
Yeah.
All right. I'll intro it. Newcastle played West Ham. We already figured that out. And they played well. They got scored 2 goals.
Yeah. Definitely.
Their 2 new signings scored, which is,
I know,
good day
it's
out
a
for
nice
them.
start. Yeah.
And they look like a really good fantasy assets.
Yeah.
Almiron,
Definitely.
Hendrick,
People
Wilson.
they've
I liked
needed.
Hendrick.
Mm.
His goal was good.
Really
I don't know
good.
much about him.
Yeah. That was the one where I said they stepped off him a bit and let him just shoot, but he
But he shot.
and
He
it was
definitely
good.
shot.
It was
He
a good
looked
shot. And then also Ryan Fraser got a goal for them last night
Last
in the
night,
Carabao
yeah.
Cup. So
Oh,
yeah.
wow. I didn't even hear about that.
yeah.
Who were they playing in that?
Oh, not someone amazing like
Liverpool?
championships.
Got him. Got him. You walked right into that?
But no, I want to leave the podcast.
Yeah, we did speak a bit about Newcastle, and all those players that we've just mentioned, look like they're in for a big season. But Brighton,
yeah.
they lost 3-1 to Chelsea. Okay, but I don't think they looked too bad.
No.
I thought Chelsea looked not that great.
Which, yeah, I'm
Okay.
not surprised about.
Yeah, I want to talk to you boys about that and see what you thought.
We'll talk about Chelsea later.
because obviously none of you,
We'll definitely talk about Brighton though now. And I think
like that goal,
for the first, and up until that goal, that was the first mistake they'd made.
Yeah.
They looked super organised. Chelsea was definitely kind of struggling to break them down. They were actually controlling the game. They had the ball for the majority. I was just sitting there going, this game is a punish. Kind of like, I just want Chelsea to click at some point. Like, there were bright sparks from different players in Chelsea's team, which we'll talk about. But other than that, Brighton were, I thought, the better team.
For a while, yeah.
Yeah, basically for that first point until the goal. But even then, they still held it together.
They had a good bounce back.
They had a good bounce back. Yeah, exactly. Like that finish from Trossard.
yeah,
Spicy.
Is it a good goal or is it a bad?
Is it a kepper?
Is it a
yeah.
Kepper?
I'm keen to talk about this.
Was there even a kepper between the sticks?
I don't
Yeah.
think so.
There was, and that's why there was a goal.
I think
Because it was a kepper, not a keeper.
Dunk, he's probably picked up in your league, but if he's not, I think he's a really, really good fantasy asset.
He gets points and he gets forward.
He
He
gets
missed
goals,
a
eh?
chance, unfortunately.
I know.
He should have scored that.
Yeah,
He should have.
unfortunate. Yeah, he
But
was on
look,
the bench.
That was one of those
I'm
things
glad.
that you could see, like he was trying to do something a little more than he should have. Next week, he'll be back to basics, scoring
Yeah.
goals.
Yeah,
And then Lallana, Hito, is an ex-Liverpool fan.
yeah, a bit unlucky for him. I feel sorry for him going off at half
I
time.
would have put $1 million.
Yeah, I
$1
wouldn't.
million, everyone. Fake $1 million. I have no
Monopoly
money.
money.
Maybe a slight loan from the bank that he would go off injured
Yeah.
within the first 3 games. And look at that.
Yeah,
I wish I'd said it.
There's. I wish you did. Too.
I wish I'd said it, but I'm
I wish
saying
you
it
did
now.
too. I would have congratulated you.
Is it late?
It's a
Maybe.
bit late.
If it's late, I'm sorry.
It's a little bit late,
but it feels
yeah.
justified.
I know. It's unfortunate. Like, there's some crazy stats about when was the last time he actually completed 90 minutes in a game. It's like crazy long. Like, it's so far. Like,
Who has him in our league? I just want to
Bobby.
quickly shout him out.
Bobby.
Bobby.
Yeah.
And you know what? Like, I've got a massive soft spot for Lallana because when Southampton first came up to the Prem,
yeah.
you know,
He was
I was
part of that.
scouting and
He
I
was part of
picked him
that
up
dope team.
and he went crazy for me.
Yeah.
I won the league and it was kind of
With
thanks.
old Ricky Lambert up front.
Yeah, Ricky, Lallana.
Ricky.
Um,
Sticky Ricky.
So I've always got a soft spot for him and I feel sorry for him, but unlucky Bobs, you probably should drop him. Lastly on Southampton though,
Good advice.
Brighton, talking about Southampton, Lamptey looked good.
Yeah. He's an ex-Chelsea boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you
good
know
stats.
what was funny? I was listening to the punditry. I think it was after the game, and they were talking about how good Lamptey was. They were like, "Lamptey's amazing. How do we let him go? Like, what is the justification for Lamptey leaving? You know, how could they just let him leave?" And then Reece James just smacked that goal in.
Yeah.
And then everyone was like, oh, yeah.
Oh,
okay.
we don't fucking need you.
Maybe he's pretty good. But up until that point, I was like, holy shit, Lamptey looks fucking hot. And he just really wanted it. He was so driven.
Trying to prove himself, probably.
If he's not in anyone's team in our league, and I don't know about everyone else, maybe someone else jumped on him, but definitely one to watch. So Brighton for me, keep an eye out on him.
Definitely.
Okay.
Myles, predict?
Yeah, I'm thinking, guys, there's going to be 4 goals scored, 2-2, 2 apiece. I'm taking a draw.
Okay.
Yep.
Interesting. I don't know if Brighton have got 2 goals in them, but we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. So the boys, the big one.
Hito, this is you.
One.
This is your topic.
I know, but it's the big one. It's Chelsea versus Liverpool.
Fuck Liverpool. Excuse me. Censor that. Beep.
No, we don't censor. This is explicit.
Sorry.
This is explicit
I'm going
podcast.
to beep and fuck them. Oh, shit. Was I meant to beep that bit?
Yeah.
Oh. And was that meant
He can't even censor himself.
I'm not good at censoring.
I actually really hate when we have big games so early in the season.
I know.
Like last year, we played United and got pumped 4-0 or
Yeah,
something.
In the first one. But that was like that Brighton game just then.
Mm.
Chelsea looked better, and then a couple of goals went in. Whatever, fuck them. Anyway, let's move on. I hate to rehash the past.
Well, it's perfect because we just spoke about Brighton Chelsea. So
Yeah, we can lead into that.
Let's
So,
just go straight into Chelsea then, and we'll talk about Liverpool after.
Myles, as a Chelsea fan and a legend.
Oh, I'm a Chelsea fan now. Thank you for acknowledging that.
Well, I think you're just a London.
you're letting
I
him
think you're a
support 2
London
teams?
fan.
Fuck
I think he
off.
just loves London.
yeah, well, he does Palace. They're just.
They are my second.
He is
team,
colourblind
I'm
as
not
well.
gonna
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
That's
maybe
true.
he's like, oh, is that Chelsea?
All right. Look, as we said before, Chelsea didn't play well, but winning games when not playing well, shines massive sign of promise.
Yeah, I
sounds
agree.
sounds like Liverpool last season,
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. And they
grinding
won the
out
league.
results.
just grind him out.
Well, yeah, if that's a result of not playing well, what will happen when the big guns start firing?
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
100%.
they didn't this game.
No new signings on the score sheet.
Yeah,
But that's expected. I knew that would happen. And it is one of those things, how long will it take for them to get on the score sheet?
Yeah.
But, Werner looked really good in the first half and the beginning of the second.
Werner's movements are fantastic.
Yeah, amazing. I think
Not sold on Havertz yet.
No, me neither, but I think he was out of position.
yeah. Was he playing what? On
He
the
was
right?
playing right wing and they played Mount to centre.
Yeah.
And I think if you switch that, it's slightly better. But still, I don't like Mount on the wing either.
Neither. It's either Mount or Havertz.
But surely it's
for
more
me.
effective though.
It would be, but I think you just need a traditional winger.
Yeah.
It's annoying to me because I think Mount might get pushed out
Shafted.
unless they change the formation. But
Yeah.
with the formation as it is, I don't see how either one of them.
Well, you had Loftus Cheek, didn't you? It was Loftus
Cheek on the
Mount,
wing, and he was an early sub too. I would not
Yeah.
expect to see him play that position again because for me, all 3 of those guys should be playing centre.
Yeah,
Center attacking mid. That's exactly
I think
where
I
they're
think
at
that
their
kind of
best.
sums up why none of your big guys scored. The fact that that's your front attack behind Werner.
Yeah. Well, some
Havertz had a
amazing
position.
passes.
Mount kind of.
Look, it's going to be I think it's going to be a selection nightmare for Frank when Pulisic, Ziyech. I mean, look, Hudson and Doy is still there. I'm guessing he might go to Bayern by the end of the window. But what's he going to do when everyone's available and everyone's frothing to play?
Yeah, I don't know. That's when he's got to step up to the plate and be a big manager.
I can see a team I'd pick for sure.
Oh,
And
it's
I think
pretty
it's
easy.
similar
But
to-
but how do you turn to Mason Mount and be like, yes, I know you just had a breakout amazing season, but Solskjaer can't
Yeah.
play.
I mean, Abramovich made me sign a replacement. And it's the same for Tammy. Brutal.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was right up in the goal scorers. He looked
Yeah.
amazing. And as a Chelsea supporter, I'm a little disappointed. in
More
it.
unhappy loanees going out.
We love a loanee. Anyway, let's kind of sum up the goals there. Jorginho got a pen.
Yep.
Taken well. He's a good pen taker.
Yeah.
Last season, Chelsea did not get enough pens to even consider him. Maybe that'll change with different players, but I wouldn't be picking him up, in my opinion. I don't even think he'll stay in the squad based off who Frank chose last year. He favoured Kovacic, and he might, after looking at that, just go Kovacic, Kante. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Maybe. I personally would rate Jorginho and Kante as my as my
Your
mids.
preferred
Yeah.
holders.
I mean,
That's
Kante
me.
covers for him. I don't think Kovacic did as good a job as covering.
And Jorginho's just a
Jorginho.
little bit more creative as I actually say Kovacic, but is this wrong or what?
No, it's Kovacic.
Is it? Well, let's change it to Kovacic.
I don't even know if I can say
I don't
that.
think we're going to keep up with all of these names we're
Kovacic.
pronouncing wrong. I think we're
Kovacic?
just going to be saying, that player, that guy,
Yeah,
the guy.
I love how
the
you reach
midfielder.
it. I love how you reach it. Okay, so we
and,
should.
and Zuma's goal was just lucky.
Oh yeah, that was lucky.
It was
But
lucky.
we spoke about a little bit. Reece James's
Oh,
playing.
class.
What was he doing?
Sizzler.
Does he normally drift in that much? Because he was very central when he picked up that ball.
He did when he was at Wigan. So when he
Okay.
was on loan at Wigan, like he was literally a machine there. That's
Yeah.
why we brought him back.
Because I was just surprised how central he was when that went in. So that was interesting for me.
Definitely. But it just depends on when Aspie's back and he's nearly back to full fitness from a fantasy league perspective. If he's going to be rotated, if maybe Aspie might be moved as into one of the centre back roles.
Yeah, it's really confusing the defense at the
I
moment.
don't think you can even look at the formation we played and go, that's going to be the formation.
No way.
Because there's so many players
Yeah,
that were
it's in the
injured,
works
and
still.
it's just like that wasn't even the Chelsea team to me. Like
No
that was
idea.
like a bit of last season, a bit of this season. We'll
Mhm.
see what happens. But yeah, for us, I think anyone who already has Chelsea players, which I'm sure you do, keep them. It's going to change, but yeah, they're definitely a work in progress.
Is ZX still out?
He's out at the moment.
So he's not going to
yeah.
play against Liverpool?
I don't think so. It doesn't look like
So it might
it.
be another wing dilemma there against us.
well,
so
Puli's closer coming
yeah,
back.
so him and
So I'd say we'd be finding. I think Pulisic is going to at least get game time, and I think it'll probably see Mount and Havertz again.
yeah,
But I definitely think that Loftus-Cheek isn't going to play on the left wing again after coming off early
Yeah.
and looking. He really didn't impress.
that's
But
fair.
Hito, you better tell us a bit about Liverpool before we move on because this podcast it's getting
well,
on.
the two, they're our teams, so we have
Yeah.
some leeway, But anyway, Liverpool, obviously, Salah looking incredibly hungry throughout the game. He was looking so spice.
Yeah, new
Yeah.
haircut. New haircut.
yeah, I know, that little
we love
trim.
to talk about a haircut
That little
here.
trim.
Yeah.
That
looks
trim on the
dope.
side, but
A haircut just
reminds
gives
me
the
of-
guy
I don't know.
confidence.
I don't know.
You know,
I
it looks
like
good.
I like the rounded fro.
It
from
makes him
Mo.
look fast. It looks like his head's
Fromo.
being dragged
I like
back.
Fromo.
It looks like
You
his
know.
head's being dragged back when he goes really fast. Like
Yeah.
he's like,
It
You see it
reminds me of
bounce a lot.
Sturridge, eh?
yeah.
It's got a real Sturridge feel about it.
and does have a starch feel.
I hope he's got some Sturridge injuries coming his way.
Yeah.
Oh no, I would never wish that on Salamadama Ding Dong.
Slum it.
I will, because whatever.
Because you didn't. But
'Cause
I
you're a
wanted-
mad
you
Arsenal
didn't end
supporter.
up drafting. yeah. Yeah, I don't know how that works, but
Oh mate, I
yeah.
love this.
I think to be honest, for us, we looked a bit sketch.
Can I just say, it's my most hated team, so it's actually really like killing me, and I know that
we
it's
hit us
going to
off.
go the whole fucking
Oh
season.
my god, bleeding heart. I bet he
Mate,
bleeds.
you're gonna have
I
to
bet
get
he-
rid of your Arsenal
I
players.
bet he
if you want
bleeds red.
Yeah, he probably does.
I'm sorry, in real life, just
Yeah.
blood.
Yeah.
All right. Van Dijk looked pretty decent.
Well, not
hang on.
defensive.
Not
but,
defensive. Sorry.
Take it easy, buddy.
He made a massive. He made a couple of massive.
It's just
defensive.
the way he plays. He plays with this kind of swagger confidence, and he pull it off like 90% of the time. And you'll be like, "How the fuck did you just do that?"
Mm.
Like he did against Brighton last year. He had this little like, "Oh, I'm just going to head it over you and then dribble, pick it up on the other side of you."
You
And-
can get caught.
And then it, gets caught, and that happened.
And as we say before, like sometimes the defense is one of the first things to go. I guess in terms of like, if you aren't like staying focused, if
Yeah.
from the previous season you've put it all in, put it all out there, and you're just like, we won the Prem, won the Champions League. Would the defense be the first thing to go with Liverpool?
But
Yeah.
they had a lot of corners, and Van Dijk looked dope. in
Oh, yeah.
attack.
But they just left.
He's definitely
him,
a
though.
better
He had
attacker than
such
defender at
He
the
had
moment.
such a good. Well, that's how good our team is, I guess. So, but
Take
yeah.
it easy, buddy.
Oh, sorry.
They could say 3
Champions?
goals to a promoted
Sorry,
team.
who won last
3
year?
goals to a promoted
Champions?
team. Take it easy.
It's all right.
1 in 30 years. How long is it? 40 years? 50? 60? 70?
Oh, wow.
How many?
No, I
how
need
many-
to defend
How many goals
yourself.
did your
No, nah.
keeper let in? I don't know. We
19.
didn't even cover that.
We're trying to
so-
replace him.
19 from outside the
We don't
box.
talk about him.
Jesus.
Don't watch the video if you're a Chelsea fan. I couldn't make it past the first goal. Anyway,
But thinking about draft, is there anyone in the Liverpool team that hasn't been drafted that you would pick up?
No.
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 No. You've either got Salah, Mane, Firmino, You got probably 3 of the 4 backs. You could potentially explore Gomez for clean sheets, but he's not going to score or do anything other than that.
Would you explore that, Myles?
I've got him.
You did explore it. Look, I had him last season and it helped me get a few extra clean sheets in there. But I don't know when that will come. So, but your midfield, unless we get Thiago, if he comes.
Yeah, true.
But our midfield's very much that same strategy of they are like
You pick up Thiago if he came.
Potentially. I don't know. I don't know if he's
I don't know if he's a goal getter. I think he's like...
But like assists and stuff.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Potentially. Depends where he plays, but...
I know. I'm curious
He'd be one you'd consider, but I wouldn't be... Yeah. Your main guys are gone. It's the front 3, the backs, keeper, midfield you don't really touch.
Okay, let's get onto the part where I'm going to enjoy the most is Hito's prediction. How biased is he going to be?
Mate, it's really hard. I actually am going to try and pick with my head instead of my heart. I think it's going to be 2-2.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
don't disagree with that. I just don't know if Chelsea's going to have that many goals in them.
Against
I don't know.
Liverpool. Yeah, same.
They did not look organised. If Pulisic comes in, maybe that changes. But based off what I saw, I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
I know. I feel like we don't look like super strong at the back. You guys are pretty like creative. So I don't know. That's my prediction. So we've got a few more games, guys, to go. Let's
move on to Leicester versus Burnley. Now, this is one of my games. Look, we've only seen one of these teams play, Leicester. We spoke a bit about them early. A couple of soft pens for Leicester, leading to 2 Vardy penalties. Look, I think every year we doubt Vardy. Like, he can't do it again.
Yeah.
But already he scored 2 goals. I mean... They were soft pens.
I think that party's just turned into like a an 24/7 rave.
Yeah,
like
it
it's
is
just an ongoing rave. It's a club that's open 24/7,
and it's like ongoing like Red Bulls for everyone.
The DF's just open
Red
and ready.
Bull, vodka Red Bulls at that point. But yeah, if he's playing for a game, doesn't go to vodka.
Yeah,
he holds back on that.
Those pens were like the most clinical pens I've seen in a long time.
He's
like
pretty
literally
good.
bottom left as much as you could,
them,
and then he just spanked it into the side.
He's got bags of confidence. Red Bull gives you wings.
It does give you wings.
You can't.
But the pens look quite soft the way they were given.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Interesting, but I don't know.
More to be seen there because like it was a promoted team. They weren't in great form.
Exactly. But they did look quite threatening going forward. Like Harvey Barnes looked quite good.
Really good, yeah.
For me, he had a pretty good season last year. If he can like add a few more goals and assist to his game, like
He'll be
he
a
could
really
be
strong
a
mid.
really strong player.
So, Castaigne, Myles, what did you think there?
I was wondering
Castagna.
how you were going to say that.
Yeah,
Castaigne.
I think that you would have said Castagna.
I think
Yeah,
it's Castagna. Castagna. I think it's Castagna.
Castagna. No way. Oh my God. Now I know exactly how we're going to say that one.
He looked sick.
Yeah, my boy. I was happy with that pick, that draft.
Yeah.
But you know what happens when Pereira comes back?
I don't know. That's the thing. I feel like he was signed to cover the Chilwell, and apparently he can play on both sides, but he's right-footed.
Yeah.
So right backs preferred, but he can play.
Cut in. A little cut in.
Yeah, maybe
not crossing, but cut in, goal scoring points for a defender.
So that means that maybe James Justin misses out or something like that.
Maybe, yeah. So he's a
I'd say
pretty
so.
attacking.
Pereira's a gun.
He's a tall boy as well.
Castagna.
Yeah.
Castagna.
Yeah, he's
a tall boy. He's a good header, but like just the control, like he kind of knew what he was doing. It looked striker-esque, like just kind of got in front of his man and then just like turned and popped it nicely back across.
It was nice.
It was
nice. It was nice.
I liked it.
And look, we didn't see Burnley, but we know that, they're pretty decent in fantasy. Defensively, like they got clean sheets and pretty much just Wood,
Yeah, defense and Wood is the only defense you really want. McNeil was okay.
J-Rod.
Yeah.
Oh, and we did talk about J-Rod in the
a bit of J-Rod form.
Yeah, so...
Because Scott Wood, how old is Scott Wood now?
His name's Scott.
Scott. I don't think
it's Chris Wood.
Oh, yeah, Chris Wood. Who am I talking about?
You're talking about...
It sounds like a tradie, Scott Wood or
I think I'm
something.
talking about someone from work. Hang on, Chris Wood.
He got like 12 goals last year.
But yeah, so give us a prediction, Whitey. Leicester versus Burnley.
Prediction. Can I just quickly say he's 28. He looks 36.
Are you sure? Are you looking up Chris Wood or Scott Wood?
There was another Chris Wood. I actually had to type in Chris Wood football.
Burnley.
I typed in football. For this one, I think Burnley's going to be a tough defense to come up against for Leicester. But I don't like this. is hard. I better use my prediction voice.
Yeah. Oh God.
I believe it's going to be Burnley 0, Leicester 0.
Oh God, that's
Wow.
creepy voice.
0-0.
You almost distracted me from your prediction in that
Gotta
fucking
like
voice.
stop that, eh? It's
Yeah,
like
it's giving me
watching like
shivers.
The Island or something.
The fans love it. I know we got no fans,
Oh, I
and
got
that's why they love it.
Don't do that. Okay, it's interesting. No,
I think
No goals. I think that's the worst prediction yet.
Agreed.
I
And with that,
I hope
let's
it comes
move
to
on.
fruition. I hope it comes to fruition.
And by the way, we're just doing like an overall point system with our predictions where we'll be adding them to a tally and then seeing how everyone goes at the end of the season.
A
And it's
bit like a tipping comp.
just
kind of
like
thing.
1 point per exact result.
Yeah.
It's
like
gonna
that.
be tight.
it's going to be very low scoring.
Yeah. Very. Especially with us.
If my sports bet count is anything to go by.
And our next game that we wanted to talk about was Villa versus Sheffield. And Villa didn't play last week, so we can't talk about their new signing or what Jack Grealish is going to do or how shaky their defense is going to be.
We
this
could
year.
talk a little bit, but basically that's what we've already said.
It's basically what I just covered. Yeah.
The only thing I want to add, just based hot off the press from last night in Carabao Cup.
You love this
both
Carabao
Grealish
Cup. I've never heard of it.
Their new boy. Yeah, not surprised.
Tito's always watching the Carabao.
Yeah. So Grealish and Ollie Watkins, new forward signing from Brentford, both scored against. It was like Burton Albion or someone they versed. Lower league, but still both on target.
On the score sheet. You got to
looking
hit the
good.
back of the net to be on the
And-
score sheet.
Yeah, and Watkins scored against Man U in that
Chips, bro.
preseason.
Stop headbutting
It's
your
fucking
mic.
obvious. I think it's fucking hilarious.
Myles has 2 beers and he thinks he's the funniest guy.
Oh no! Come on, mate. You're like interrupting my Ollie Watkins chat.
Yeah, well, let's move on from that because I'm a bit bored by Ollie Watkins.
Well, he scored against Man U in that preseason game.
Okay,
so
okay.
He does
I'm
look
looking.
good.
I'm looking quite. I'm quite happy about that.
Do you have him?
Yeah, drafted him.
Okay, no one we're talking about him so fucking
Yeah.
much. I've never fucking heard of the guy. All right.
Yeah, that sums up for me. That doesn't sum it up.
Can Sheffield really have as good a season as they did last year?
I don't know. Without Henderson, it'll be interesting to see how they go. I don't think they'll be as good, but
I think they'll still get some
they'll
clean
still be
sheets.
strong. They just need goals, man. They're trying to sign a striker.
If they do.
If they sign one, they'll be a lot better, but they've really struggled without.
Look, yeah, I think with them, you're definitely better off going a defender. I don't think anything massive is going to change for them. I mean, it's going to be a lot of defensive points. They'll definitely win some games because they're so well organized. But yeah, they got beaten 2-0 by Wolves. I think that was an interesting fixture because
It was
I
a
think
good
we
game.
were wondering
It
what
looked
it was
pretty
going to
good.
be, what it was going to be like because Wolves are very strong attacking, pretty good defensively. Sheffield, such good defense, can break down a pretty informed Chelsea team
Yeah.
last year. I remember watching that game. I was like, holy shit, Sheffield are freaking organized.
Yeah. They struggled though early on. They've very two early goals. And
Game week 1.
yeah.
And look, Ramsdale's first game, 2 early goals. I don't want to write him off because he was really good for Bournemouth last season. Well, not great. He kind of kept them from
Okay.
being relegated earlier,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah. He's a decent keeper.
He's good, and maybe he just needs a little bit of time to see, what his team's actually doing, and maybe they might get back to that defensive prowess. that
I
they-
think so. I think it'd be an interesting keeper to look out for because obviously Henderson did so well with them and they
Yeah.
had so many clean sheets that you can't ignore that form in terms of clean sheets. Nothing's really changed there for them.
No, exactly.
It'll
And
have to be
they've still
something
got
big.
the same strong back five. And yeah, they were a bit slow to start with, but they looked a lot better. Like once they kind of got over those 2 goals with, the fullback Stevens and Baldock looking good, and Fleck had a chance off the post, I think.
Yeah,
And Lundstrom back in the lineup.
I know, it was surprising.
But now he's now rated as a midfielder,
mid,
which
so-
would make him so
Yeah,
I
no
just
clean sheet
wouldn't
points.
touch him.
Yeah.
And look, I know that they did look a bit better, in the second half, but I would stay completely away from them in fantasy. I wouldn't even bother with them. Until,
Not even defenders?
Not even defenders.
Really?
No, at the moment.
Interesting.
I definitely think that Myles will be revising that, looking at his current defense.
I not at the moment. I mean,
But they're gone, surely, in our league. The Sheffield
Yeah,
defenders.
most of them are. Or there's still, because they got 5, like
So many to pick from.
you got a couple.
So many
But
of
the
them win
wing
the
backs
points.
are gone, so.
All right, well, let's move on. Let's get our prediction from this game. I mean, it's not exactly the most exciting game in terms of fantasy. Come on, Myles.
Are you gonna pick one of my boys to score?
Look, I'll pick 1-1.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
I reckon Sheffield can show up and get some defense going, surely, against Aston Villa.
Who's your goal? Who's your team? Hendrick?
No, I've got Ollie Watkins and
Oh, you got
Grealish.
Watkins.
Hendrick plays
And
for Newcastle.
Grealish.
Yeah.
Wow,
Grealish.
double Villa.
Yeah, double Villa.
Okay, I'm going to say
I nearly
that.
just made another Arsenal joke. I had to hold back. I feel bad. He looked like he was about to cry, so I couldn't make any more.
Just for you, because you haven't been as much of a prick to me as Wade.
I'll
I'll say
that's
Grealish
nice.
scores.
Oh,
that's nice.
come on.
That's
Take it
nice.
easy. You don't get any extra points for
Come
that,
on,
by the way.
fingers crossed.
And, you don't.
Unless Dyer scores, I definitely get extra points.
I think
That's a worldie of a
you know,
pick.
just that hug after the chip in.
Oh, thanks, mate.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I still remember that.
All right, to round it out,
Yeah, we'll round
We
out
have-
final game of the week: Wolves versus Man City.
man.
So we haven't seen City yet. They had a break.
Yeah.
And Wolves who've just come off a really nice win. So I think it's actually going to be. And Wolves have gotten the better of City.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
it's
in the
a fun
past.
game back.
I
Yeah,
think it's going to be
for
good.
City.
I'm excited.
Because and they didn't play, well, as far as I know, any preseason games. So
No, I don't think they did.
oh, God, I would hate to be predicting this result.
Yeah,
But
I know. Unfortunately, I have to do that. But I think it's going to be a good game.
well, let's quickly talk about Wolves. And you can see why I'm kind of keen
Yeah, I
to
know
talk
you-
about Wolves because I got him in there.
I know. I feel
Yeah.
he was my boy last season. He did
I know.
well. And, he just picked up where he left off, like just pulling outrageous volleys.
The thing,
He's like, yeah, I'm just going to fucking hit it first time. Like, I don't need to take a touch. So,
Yeah, 100%. And I think like he just looks like he can make anything. Like make something from nothing nearly every time. Like it looked like, oh, okay, how's he going to score here? And he just does it so casually and easily.
yeah.
And then again, he missed another shot before, but like I think that was saved. But it was a difficult shot, and he just puts them on target. He's
Yeah.
consistent as fuck.
He's
with
real
bringing shots on
strong.
target. So, yeah, I'm happy to have him in my team. And after seeing that, 2-0 against Sheffield, which is meant to be a good defense, I was happy in
Yeah,
terms of fantasy
that's real
draft to see
good.
that.
Yeah, good cross in from Potence as well.
Was good.
For
And
that good little run on the on the wing, and
He
does he
looks
think
good.
he's got it nailed on, the winger?
it seems like he's
Because there's
taken it.
competition.
It seems like he's taken it over Jota for now.
Which would be disappointing to a lot of people out there who may have looked at Jota this season
Yeah.
because he's shifted from being a forward to a mid. So his point tally could have gone up.
Yeah, but Potence kind of had
decently.
the spot towards the back end of last season,
Yeah,
so
I
he seems
know.
to have kept it. So
But Jota comes on and
He does.
He's definitely influenced his games.
It
Like-
always seemed last year that, Jota always played all of the Europa League games and the FA Cup games and the Carabao Cup, things like that. And
yeah, remember the
and he
Carabao Cup?
came on.
Remember that competition, Whitey?
Is that like a kind of chocolate or something? Carabao?
I don't know what the fuck it is.
It's an energy drink, bro.
Oh, maybe I don't
Oh,
know.
It's got bullhorn.
It's stupid. It's so much better as
I
the.
think.
It was Carling Cup before, wasn't it?
yeah, it was.
And it's just called the League Cup. And
I think they didn't want
past.
to be a
Look, let's not
Yeah.
spend. Look, we're carrying on nearly an hour 20 here. We can't talk about that. So
We're getting the depths of it.
anyway,
Yeah.
look, this game is going to be interesting. Oh, what we didn't talk about was Sice's goal. Sice?
Yeah,
Mm.
I wondered if Ramsdale could have done better for it,
Yeah, it was
just because
kinda
it was
like
quite.
that,
It was loopy. It was a bit far out, but
yeah, I think
I don't know.
think it was a good shot,
yeah,
and I think that it was just one of those ones that you're either going to save or you're not.
yeah.
I don't think you can give Sice any shit for, taking that shot. Like,
No,
I don't,
oh,
like,
no,
sorry,
I-
not taking it, but scoring it.
Oh yeah,
But it's just, I guess, the value of it.
yeah. No, I know, but I think City will probably come out pretty strong in this game. They'll be raring to go.
100%.
New season.
Sterling will see that Salah hat trick and be like, I'm going to score
I'm three behind.
six
Fuck
trick,
this.
a double
Six
hat trick, a 9 trick.
Nine trick.
That's what they call it. They
Sounds
stop,
like we're playing
they
Tony
stop
Hawk
using.
now.
Actually, I guess they call it a hat trick, right? So like, what's next? Sombrero trick or something like that?
I don't know.
6. You got to stay with the hats.
Okay.
A fedora.
What about one of those? Like,
Or is it
beer
just
hats?
articles of clothing?
But no, but it was a hat trick, so it could be like a shoe trick.
a shoe trick. Yeah, I'm with you
or,
there. Just
yeah,
articles of
Just
clothing.
yeah, just
Just Air Jordans or something.
We'll put that out
Jordan.
there to you. We'll
Jordan.
put that out to the listeners, which I'm sure there's about 30 of at this
Yeah.
point.
All right, so to wrap up our predictions, Hito.
yeah. I think it's gonna be spicy. I'm going lots of goals in this one. I think it's gonna be 3-2 to City.
Tell me who scores.
Who's
Just
scoring?
tell me.
I think Jimenez will probably get a goal. Traore he likes a goal against City.
Yeah, true.
And I think hopefully my boy Aguero, KDB, Sterling.
All of them.
Yeah,
All of them.
Yeah, he's
I
just
think
he's
5
covering his
scorers.
bases, isn't
Yeah,
he?
I'm just saying. No, I
Jesus.
think it'll be a scorer per goal. You know, I don't think anyone will get a dub off. So
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, to wrap it up, we're going to wrap it up with our little game that we play. We play a lot of games here. We got
and peasants.
Oh, is there a theme song?
Oh, it is now. There is
Wow.
now.
Do I have to sing that every week now? We do too much singing. Okay, Hito, you can sing.
We haven't
Kings
sung
and
yet. We've
Peasants.
beatbox, but we haven't sung yet. So.
Okay. Kings and peasants. Got it.
We need some
Okay,
like
that is going to change, guys.
we need some
Please.
like regal like horn announcement for
Yeah.
the king, and then just like a for your peasant.
Okay, Hito, stop fighting the mics. It's aggressive. Okay, kings and peasants. So basically, the aim of this game is each week we're going to try and pick a king and a peasant.
And we've added a new rule this week.
Well, hang on. We'll finish explaining kings
Oh,
and peasants, Miles. Just
He's
we'll
getting
add the
excited.
new rules later.
yeah,
okay?
so
He's done his
I just
picks.
expect all
For
of our
any,
listeners to
for
be.
any new listeners out there, Kings and Peasants is a game where we pick two players. We pick a king and a peasant. The king is generally like it's basically gauged by us, but
Premium?
a premium player, a
Could be
midfield defender,
Big name, or
forward.
they're really in form.
and yeah, it can be based on form, and the same goes for peasants. And the form is also based. It comes as a factor in this, but the
Yeah.
peasant is kind of like someone who might not be in a team. I mean, depends on the size of your fantasy league for this format, but it also might be one of those just outside picks that, you know, might score in this week based on fixtures. So we all pick, and then everyone can kind of see how we're doing.
Mm.
And I think Myles had something about a rule he was very keen to tell us about.
Yeah, new rule.
All Arsenal players.
Last place
Yeah.
goes first.
Last place. Oh, I like that rule.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like waiver wire.
Yeah, like wait
Yeah.
a while.
Oh, that's
it.
nice.
Yeah.
Well,
that's handy.
Speaking of last place, I think we've got a update on last week. Then,
And if
eh?
you didn't listen to our last podcast when we introduced the game, you can't pick the same players twice. Always has to be different.
Yeah, always has to be different. But individually, you can't do that. You could-
Individually.
yeah. So I could
individually.
pick the same player that Myles has picked in a previous week,
totally.
but as long as I
Yeah.
haven't picked them before.
Exactly.
Now, in saying that, we should review how we went for the first game week.
Yeah, let's do that.
Hito, take us away. Give us some review.
I can review. So I picked Aubameyang as my king and Jared Bowen as my peasant. Got a goal from Aubameyang. Peasant Bowen just got me 2. So I'm on 9 points.
At least you got 2
Yeah. You know, at least I got,
for your peasant. I got
Yeah.
none for my peasant.
yeah, you got none for your peasants, but
But-
at least I got a goal. But your king was
The king of
the
the
king,
week.
the Egyptian king, some people
He
might
was
say.
the Egyptian king. I picked up Salah, got me 20 points.
I'll take
And-
it easy.
Good week to pick him.
And I
Seriously.
I picked Saka for my peasant.
Yeah,
and he
didn't
didn't
play.
play.
Yeah.
No. But look, I'm happy with the 3 goals.
Yeah, look, that's your Salah pick out of the way now. You can't pick him
I
again.
know.
So
But is he really going to score 4 goals? I think I maxed out
I
on
know.
it.
Unfortunately,
Definitely the week I
Unfortunately,
picked him.
Watford's not in the league anymore, so he likes scoring 4 against them. And Whitey, how'd you do this
Well,
week,
can
mate?
you just tell the people? I'm trying to focus on my pickup here. Just tell them
He's-
about
he's-
how I went.
He's
I don't.
panicking. He's panicking.
I don't really care.
So he
okay?
went Mane and Souček from West Ham. So
Mm.
2 points from each of them. A nice little rounded 4. So that being our lowest score, mate, you're up first then.
Why do you think I'm panicking?
I
I've
know,
got to
he's-
get ready.
He's
okay.
panicking for his
But
pick.
I do like that I get to pick. So we can't pick the same player in the same week, right? Like you can't pick the
Yeah.
same player that I pick.
No,
No.
no.
Of course not.
Good. I don't think we made that fully clear, but that
Oh,
is
but
that
look,
is the case.
If I did pick someone, like I wouldn't do that. Like I mean, we're not that stupid. Come
Okay. I'm gonna go with Fernandez as my king.
on. Okay.
I think that, Crystal Palace, there's a lot to be left desired there. I
Okay.
think Fernandez, he was so
You
consistent.
love your boy.
I'm
you know,
backing
you
him.
love
He's in my fantasy
Fucking
team.
love him.
Look, I am a biased motherfucker. Okay? I don't deny it. And then when it comes to my peasant, it's someone I definitely think will be interesting this season. Based on his form last game and the upcoming fixture, I'm picking Bamford for Leeds. I think that, he's definitely got a chance coming up against, oh my God, who is he coming up against? Fulham. Oh, God, I'm so happy with this pick. I think that you guys will be jealous that I picked him up.
I think it's a decent pick.
It's a good pick.
Yeah. It's
Look,
good as
it's
your
hard
peasant.
not to skew towards the easy
And there's
teams.
And look, after he scored last week, I was close to saying he's not a peasant, but I'll give it to you.
One goal from a promoted team, and he's not a peasant. Take it easy. Buddy. Take it easy. All right, Myles. It's Hito next.
Me next.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go for my king first.
Yeah.
So my king's gonna be Richarlison.
Okay.
Oh my god.
He's versing West Brom. He had a few chances last game. I think he might look good this game.
Sure.
That's on the bottom end of the king scale for me.
Like, it'd still be a
He's-
king, though,
he's-
wouldn't he?
I would,
Yeah.
No,
He's a-
100%. I
yeah,
believe he's
still
a king.
yeah.
But I'm saying he's bottom end.
He's
Yeah.
bottom end.
Like
of
you're not
things.
going, I want top points here. But for this game, it's probably good to pick that when those bottom guys have good fixtures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if they get points, then you can move on to the big guys and then, anyway, continue. Move
Yeah.
along.
Okay. Move
I
on.
think I've talked enough.
Okay. All right. So now I've got to go for my peasant, which is a little bit harder.
Mm.
I want to go the same as you, unfortunately, in terms of leads. I'm leaning towards another scorer who played that week. I'm going to go for that Harrison boy.
Harrison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't think that was just a one-off ripping?
I don't know. I just think like they're versing Fulham. So that's where I'm skewing.
Yeah,
I'm going to squeeze in my peasant for him.
How can I deny it? He's going to assist Bamford a bunch of times.
Maybe he will. Who knows?
He's actually going to not be less greedy in this game.
Who knows?
I think.
You never know.
All
That's
right.
my
Well then,
Milo.
Milo.
Yeah.
I
That
mean,
was off.
I think
I've had a bit of time to think about
There's
it.
plenty of Arsenal players available.
Oh, mate, we haven't even touched him.
I think I'm close to going one, eh?
What is it?
You know what?
He is.
Just because of like
gonna
what's
double
going
Arsenal
on.
player?
Yeah, I'm doing
Double
it.
Arsenal
Oh
player?
yeah, just because.
I'm doing it. I'm gonna go Aubameyang because I haven't picked him yet,
Okay.
Oh, that's a fair Arsenal player.
and Maitland-Niles.
Okay.
Both Arsenal.
Yeah,
He's gone double Arsenal.
just because you guys have been.
Do you want us to buy you an Arsenal shirt for next week, mate?
I mean, I'm thinking who would I get on?
Yeah,
the
who would you
jersey?
want on the jersey?
Maitland-Niles.
I feel like you're a Lacazette boy.
No,
David
I'm not
Luiz.
massive.
David Luiz.
I
You
hate
love it.
Crusty.
David
who do I
Luiz,
like?
that would hurt
Mate,
him.
you probably already have a David
actually-
Luiz jersey. It's just in a different color.
Pretty tough. I don't know. I reckon Aubameyang's like so sick. So I'd
Yeah,
probably just
he's
take him.
Yeah,
If they can
Aubameyang's
fit his name on.
stupid.
Yeah. I just
believe
want
me,
Orba.
they can use it if
I like
Orba.
William Orba.
Orba.
Yeah.
Orba. Well, it's good that you can pronounce that one correctly. All right, guys. So I think that wraps us up.
Yeah. All ready for game week 2, boys.
Can't wait. Let's, good luck with your team selection.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You too.
Good luck to everyone out there.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very interesting game week